welcome you back again today, and we will continue our work on thinking about how you really can be a team that puts your hands together, right? A team that sticks together, right? You try and pull those hands apart, they won't, right? Because that team is sticking together. And today I want you to keep thinking about what it might look like, sound like, and feel like to be a team by using another sports analogy, by thinking about sports. And when I invite you up to the screen, of course, waiting for your team, right? You're going to wait to make sure all your team members are ready. We're going to take a look at a very quick tennis match. So as you come down, I want you thinking about how could a tennis game, a tennis match, connect to us being a team as first graders. When you travel down, here is how I'd like to see you travel. May I borrow yours? I'm going to put my eraser and my marker inside my switchboard, and then I will travel down to the carpet with my team. Okay. Would you do that now, please? And when your team is ready, join us at the gathering spot. Remember that you're waiting for your team, right? Make sure your team is there. You might high-five them to say, hey, I'm ready. You might look at them and nod. Remember that you must sit with your team. So I might say, would you please scoot over? May I sit here? Because you want to be with your team. I like that. They didn't decide to move a little bit so they'd be close to their team. Oh, I like those kind words. I heard someone say, excuse me. Such polite language. So you're looking around to say, is my team around me? Because you want to stick together like a team. Good choice. You might say, excuse me. Yeah, there's a little pocket. So once you're ready, you can take your marker and eraser out. And you probably were wondering, well, what is this? I'm going to call this a switchboard because after today we'll be putting things inside it. But for today we're just going to leave it blank so we can get used to using it, okay? So a switchboard, you can actually write on top of it just like a regular whiteboard, okay? So when I ask you to write something, I'll ask you to write right on top of the switchboard. And we'll still hold it up like you did, right? Ask you to show, and you'll still show your elbow partner what you're doing, but you'll be writing on top of the plastic part. Does that make sense? Okay. So I asked you when you came down to the gathering spot to think about how could tennis connect to being a team. So as we watch this very short snippet of this tennis match between two very famous tennis players, I want you thinking about how could this connect to us being part of a team? And even more so, how could it connect to how we might talk to each other? Because I want you thinking today, what does it sound like when we're working as a team? What does it sound like when I'm working with one person from my team or the whole team? Okay? So if you need to just turn your body a little so you can see the screen. Okay? I want you thinking about how could this relate to being part of a team. And if you have an idea, you could sketch it or you could write it on your switchboard. Okay? Back and forth. So I want you thinking about, and even chatting with that elbow partner next to you, how could that connect to us being a team? Whether I'm working just with one person or I'm working with the whole team, how could that help me think about how a team should work together? Especially when they're talking with each other or listening with each other. I'll give you a few moments. See if you can sketch something out for me or chat with that elbow partner next to you. How could tennis connect to how we should talk with a team?